Hey there, curious minds. Welcome to NeoFrame, where history meets curiosity. Quick, fascinating stories from the past that'll surprise and inspire you. Stay curious, and let's dive right in.
Artifacts that scientists still can't explain. Mysteries hidden in plain sight. What if objects from the distant past could rewrite everything we think we know about human history? Imagine discovering a stone that shows knowledge of the stars, thousands of years before telescopes, or a machine buried under the sea that acts like a computer, even though it's 2,000 years old. Across the world, archaeologists keep finding things that don't seem to belong, artifacts that defy explanation, technology, and sometimes even logic. These discoveries make us wonder, how much of human history has been forgotten? Every artifact tells a story, a clue left behind by people who lived, dreamed, and built long before us. Some fit neatly into the timeline we know, others don't. From crystal skulls to mysterious maps and devices that mimic modern machines, these finds challenge scientists to question what ancient really means. Were they mistakes of nature, brilliant inventions lost to time, or hints that our ancestors knew far more than we give them credit for? Today, we'll explore 6 of the most mysterious artifacts ever discovered, objects that scientists still can't fully explain. And along the way, we'll uncover what they tell us about curiosity, creativity, and the unstoppable human drive to understand the unknown. Let's begin with an ancient machine that predicted the stars long before telescopes were even imagined. The Antikythera mechanism, the computer from the deep. In 1901, a group of Greek sponge divers stumbled upon a sunken Roman ship near the island of Antikythera. Among the marble statues and gold coins, they found a corroded lump of bronze that looked completely ordinary until it was cleaned. Inside were dozens of gears, precision cut with teeth so fine they could only have been made with advanced tools. When scientists pieced it together, they realized it wasn't just a mechanism. It was a machine that could predict solar and lunar eclipses, track the positions of planets, and even forecast the dates of ancient Olympic Games. Built over 2,000 years ago, it used mathematics and engineering that wouldn't reappear until the Renaissance. For decades, experts debated how something so complex could exist in a time when most people still counted with pebbles. Modern CT scans later revealed that the mechanism had more than 30 interlocking gears, all calibrated with astonishing precision, forming what's now known as the world's first analog computer. Imagine turning a hand crank and watching miniature planets rotate in perfect motion. 2,000 years before Galileo, no one knows who designed it. Some credit Archimedes, or lost Greek engineers whose inventions were destroyed when libraries burned. What we do know is that it changed our understanding of ancient science forever. But while this machine still dazzles scientists, our next artifact is even stranger, because it seems to show knowledge of the entire world, centuries before that world was supposedly known. The Piri-Reis map, the world before we mapped it. What if a map drawn in the 1500s showed coastlines no European was supposed to know existed, including Antarctica, without its ice? In 1513, a Turkish admiral named Piri-Reis created an astonishing world map. It was drawn on gazelle skin and later rediscovered in 1929 inside Istanbul's Topkapi Palace. At first glance, it looked like an ordinary nautical chart, but when scholars studied it closely, they noticed something extraordinary. The map correctly outlined the coast of South America, long before many explorers had even sailed there. And at the bottom of the map was something even stranger, a landmass that matched the ice-free coastline of Antarctica. That's impossible. Antarctica wasn't officially discovered until 1820, and it's been frozen for millennia. So how did a 16th century admiral know what the world looked like beneath the ice? Piri-Reis himself wrote that his chart was based on ancient sources. He claimed to have copied parts of it from older maps, some possibly dating back to Alexander the Great or even earlier civilizations. Modern experts have confirmed that the map's depiction of Africa, South America, and Europe is astonishingly accurate, as if it had been made using aerial or satellite data. When overlaid on modern digital maps, the Piri-Reis map's coastlines line up with precision that should have been impossible for 1513. Even its scale and relative distances between continents are shockingly close to real geography. Some suggest that ancient sailors, perhaps Phoenicians or lost Mediterranean traders, mapped more of the world than history records, their knowledge later forgotten, only fragments surviving through copies like this one. Others think it's simply an incredible coincidence, proof of brilliant navigation, not lost civilizations. Whatever the truth, the Piri Reis map reminds us that the boundaries of exploration were far wider and older than we ever imagined. If a 500-year-old map can show continents centuries ahead of their discovery, what else might ancient people have seen or built long before science caught up? Our next artifact might hold that answer. A crystal skull carved so perfectly that even modern machines can't explain how. Enjoyed the video? Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next amazing story. The crystal skulls, precision from the ancient past. What if someone thousands of years ago could carve solid quartz into perfect human skulls without using metal tools, electricity, or modern polishers? Scattered in museums and private collections around the world are more than a dozen mysterious crystal skulls. The most famous, the Mitchell-Hedges skull, was allegedly discovered in the 1920s in the ruins of a Mayan temple in Belize. It's carved from a single block of clear quartz, perfectly symmetrical, life-sized, and detailed down to the jaw hinges and teeth. Yet under a microscope, there are no visible tool marks. Modern engineers have tried to replicate it with diamond drills and high-speed polishing, but none can achieve the same precision. For decades, scientists have debated whether these skulls are genuine ancient artifacts or 19th century creations. Even with modern equipment, quartz is notoriously hard to sculpt. It cracks under pressure and takes months to shape. So if the skulls really are ancient, how did their creators make them? Some researchers believe they were ceremonial objects created by pre-Columbian cultures like the Aztec or Maya. Others think they were part of healing or spiritual rituals, symbols of life, death, and rebirth. But there's another more puzzling theory, that these skulls were transferred artifacts, passed down from civilizations older than recorded history. Under certain light, the Mitchell-Hedges skull refracts beams into its eye sockets, creating glowing eyes that seem to follow you around the room. Even skeptics admit, whoever made it had a scientific understanding of optics far beyond their supposed era. Whether they're ancient masterpieces or clever modern mysteries, the crystal skulls challenge our assumptions about the limits of early craftsmanship and human imagination. If shaping solid quartz seems impossible, wait until you hear about an iron object that predates modern metallurgy by thousands of years, forged not on Earth, but in the stars. The Iron Pillar of Delhi, metal forged from the heavens. What if a massive iron monument has stood under India's sun and rain for more than 1,600 years and still hasn't rusted? In Delhi stands a 23-foot tall column known as the Iron Pillar of Mehrauli, weighing over 6 tons and dating back to around 400 CE. It's one of the oldest large iron structures ever made. Yet even after centuries of monsoons and heat, it's almost completely free of corrosion. Modern iron rusts within years. So what was the secret of the ancient metal workers? When scientists analyzed the pillar, they found that its iron contained high levels of phosphorus and almost no sulfur or manganese. This unusual recipe created a thin protective layer called misolite, which prevents oxygen and moisture from reaching the metal underneath. In other words, the pillar heals itself. Even more incredible, parts of the iron came from meteorites. Yes, fragments of actual space metal were mixed into the molten iron, giving it both purity and resilience. It's one of the earliest examples of humans using meteoric material, literally building with the stars. The craftsmanship is just as astonishing. The pillar was forged using a technique called forge welding, where red-hot iron chunks were hammered together into one seamless piece, without modern furnaces or cranes. It's so perfectly balanced that it hasn't tilted or cracked in over a millennium. To this day, engineers from NASA and the Indian Institute of Technology study the pillar to understand its anti-corrosion chemistry, hoping to apply it to spacecraft and long-term materials. A structure built before the Middle Ages may end up shaping the future of technology in space. But while the Iron Pillar stands tall and silent, Another ancient artifact whispers its mystery from deep within solid rock, a disc so precise that even machines today struggle to recreate it. The Egyptian schist disc, the machine that shouldn't exist. What if ancient Egypt, best known for pyramids and hieroglyphs, also produced a mechanical object that looks like it came straight out of a modern workshop? In 1936, in the ancient tomb of Prince Abu near Saqqara, archaeologists unearthed an odd object made of dark gray stone called schist. At first glance, it looks like a wheel or a turbine, a perfectly symmetrical disc with 3 curved blades radiating from the center. It's just over 2 feet wide, razor thin at the edges, and carved from one of the most fragile stones on Earth. Yet somehow, it wasn't broken or warped. No one has ever found another artifact like it. Experts immediately began debating. What was it for? Some thought it was a ceremonial bowl or a piece of art, but others, including mechanical engineers, noticed its design resembled the impeller of a pump or turbine. It even has a hollow shaft in the center, as if meant to fit onto an axle. How could craftsmen over 5,000 years ago have carved a shape that matches modern aerodynamic design without machines or even iron tools? Attempts to replicate the disc have mostly failed. Schist is so brittle it shatters under pressure. To make something that smooth, the ancient artisans must have used tools capable of rotational symmetry and fine precision. No tool marks are visible, and the object's balance is nearly perfect, an achievement that seems impossible for the time. When engineers digitally scanned the disc, they found it could theoretically rotate smoothly, like part of a mechanical system. It's as if someone in ancient Egypt understood motion dynamics thousands of years ahead of schedule. To this day, no one knows the disc's true purpose. It sits quietly in Cairo's museum, labeled simply schist bowl, use unknown. But its shape continues to puzzle scientists, artists, and engineers alike. A silent reminder that human innovation may be far older than we think. We've seen machines from Greece, metals from India, and impossible carvings from Egypt. But one final artifact takes the mystery even further. A set of stones so ancient, their purpose might lie beyond history itself. Enjoyed the video? Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next amazing story. The Dropa Stones, Messages from the Sky. What if an ancient discovery hinted that humans weren't the only intelligent beings to walk the Earth? In 1938, Chinese archaeologist Chi Pu-te led an expedition to the remote Bayan-Har Mountains of Tibet. Inside a series of hidden caves, his team uncovered hundreds of strange burial sites, and within them, something no one expected. 716 perfectly circular stone discs, each about a foot wide, carved with spiral grooves winding toward the center. When examined closely, the spirals turned out to be tiny inscriptions written in an unknown language. For years, no one could decipher them, but according to later translations, they told the story of a small, intelligent race called the Dropa, who had supposedly fallen from the sky thousands of years ago. Were these stones records of an ancient tribe's myth, or something even stranger, like a prehistoric attempt at data storage? Some scientists suggested they might have been primitive phonograph records, designed to hold sound or symbols of communication. Others believed they were ceremonial discs representing the stars and heavens. But the mystery deepened when a few of the stones were reportedly tested and found to contain high levels of cobalt and other conductive metals, materials used today in modern electronics. That means the Dropa stones aren't just archaeological oddities. They may represent an ancient culture experimenting with technology we barely understand, possibly thousands of years before history officially began. To this day, their origin and purpose remain unknown. Whether myth or misunderstood artifact, they remind us that the line between science and story has always been thin, and that the human imagination might be our oldest invention of all. And that brings us to the question behind all of these discoveries. What do these artifacts truly say about us? From the Antikythera mechanism that mapped the heavens to the Piri Reis map that saw the world before explorers did. From crystal skulls and meteor-forged iron to spinning discs and singing stones, these mysterious artifacts tell a story not of aliens or lost magic, but of something even more extraordinary: human curiosity. Across thousands of years, in every corner of the world, people have looked at nature and asked, how does this work, and how can I build something better? These objects remind us that knowledge is not a straight line. It grows, disappears, and returns, like sparks rediscovered in the dark. So, which artifact amazed you the most? The star-forged iron pillar, the crystal skull, or the strange discs that might hold messages from another world? Tell us what you think, and what ancient mystery you'd want to see explored next. If this journey through history's strangest discoveries inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves exploring the unknown. Join us next time as we uncover more stories where science, history, and imagination meet. Because sometimes the past still has secrets to tell.